Hello, everybody, and welcome to my AEW review. We got a lot of things to talk about on this show tonight, and wow, there's a lot to speak on really in tonight. A lot of big things going on, especially for title matches next week. But what do I have to say about Dynamite tonight? Because next week they will, well, not next week, but tonight they were in Dallas, Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Garland, Texas. I think they were saying Dallas several times, but I think it was Garland, Texas. But we'll get to the crowd about that too. But of course we had Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur on commentary. And how do we kick off the show? Fresh back from Japan, Jon Moxley comes out. Yeah, I'm sure if you don't know why Moxley is, back from Japan, hey, look it up. But hey, we're gonna go over the Wrestle Kingdom card another date. But if you do not know what's going on, why he's back fresh from Japan, just go watch him in JPW, because he's got a match at Wrestle Kingdom. It's for a certain title that he never lost. So we'll get into that another time. But look it up, man. Wrestle Kingdom's coming pretty soon. But yeah, fresh back off Japan, Jon Moxley came out to basically go against Alex Reynolds. He basically, pretty much nothing much to say from here. Comes out, hits him with a regal knee, I believe. Death Rider over in about 10 seconds. So just a squash match right here. John Silver tried to get in the ring and do something, but Mox ended up hitting him with a Death Rider also. But as soon as Mox beat him, Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle came out then. As they surrounded the ring, Jericho got in the ring then after that. Fans chanted, "Fuck him up, Moxley, fuck him up." Jericho basically, watch your language. And he told Moxley, stay cool, okay? Listen. We're not going to attack you. We would have done that already if this was an ambush. But he's been impressed by Moxley recently, and he considers him a top guy. And listen, I gave you advice when we first started and everything. When we were in that other company, got him to the stage or whatnot. We can't say WWE, and because it'd be taking a shot. But Jericho pretty much said that we became adversaries before. We beat the living shit out of each other. I hit you with a plant, basically. I don't know what word Jericho said, but I know it was a plant. And of course, we know they fought over a $50,000 jacket, and he got hit by Mitch the Plant and whatnot. But Jericho pretty much says that, listen, I taught you how to become a main eventer and a champion, and now I need you to, because I helped you reignite your passion for wrestling, and I gave you a chance to come into AEW to make it. They gave you the olive branch to invite him in. But Jericho pretty much went on to say, listen, you repaid me by trying to take me out of Double or Nothing after my match, but hey, listen, that's before and everything. I'm okay with that. Because he showed how Moxley's still, an asshole, but still a winner at the same time. And listen, I need you, okay? Because listen, imagine what, Jon Moxley could do with all the Inner Circle. And he pretty much says this is an invitation, all right? And he gave him a t-shirt, pretty much says, think about it, all right? Just take some time, talk it over with your wife, Renee Young, if you want to go with that, your mom, enjoy the holidays, and come back to me when you have your decision, okay? And listen, you join Inner Circle, it'll be a true paradigm shift. I still say Death Rider for a reason. But Jericho pretty much says, listen, just take the shirt, think about it, all right? So fans had chanted no then, as Mox pretty much just looked and thought. He didn't really say anything, and he didn't take out Jericho, so I guess he's going to think about this, because we got to build this somewhere sooner or later down the line. Whenever that match is going to happen between Mox and Jericho. It's funny, I was just watching these guys on Saturday on New Japan, and they both got matches for Wrestle Kingdom. I know Jericho wasn't on that show, but he still had a video package. I know it's not in a promotional thing, Wrestle Kingdom, but it's still kind of funny. They're in a feud with each other, but they got feuds going on in NJPW right now also. But as JR&M announced other matches throughout the night, next was the Butcher, the Baker, and the Candlestick Maker about to come out to go against Cody, who is super duper over, which, very over. Like I said, this was a very hot crowd tonight. And QT Marshall, I will say this. I know it's the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny, but just calling him the Butcher, the Baker, and the Candlestick Maker is just pretty funny to me. But yeah, they went against Cody and QT Marshall. I don't know a lot about QT Marshall. I believe they say he was in Ring of Honor. He was like the producer or whatnot. But now he's producer over here, and he wrestles also. I think it was some episode of Dark they bet more in depth with him. But Cody was just super over. There's the reason why the crowd was really into this match, mostly because of Cody. This wasn't bad or anything. But at least the fans, they were behind QT Marshall too, and they did chant his name. I don't know what he did with that damn moonsault going out. That handstand moonsault he did just hit the whole rope, didn't even connect it all the way. You know, Cody did a spear to the, dive and wanted them to the outside. Marshall hit like this big corkscrew thing, of course. I don't know what that was, but he missed the whole move. Of course, Allie was going to get involved, the bunny and whatnot. But basically, the Butcher and the Blade hit, they hit Marshall with, was like a stunner and then like a spear for the win. So I knew Marshall was most likely going to take. Well, Marshall was going to take the pinfall because we got to get the Butcher, the Baker, and the Candlestick Maker. I'm having fun saying that. They got to get the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny over, though, whatever their team name is called. Cody didn't take the pin, but it was Marshall, so it doesn't really, you can absorb that. A lot of people say, why did Marshall get so much offense? But they had a really good tag match that really kind of had the crowd, they sunk their teeth into, so it was a lot of fun. Basically, next thing you know, Cody was sitting there until Darby Allin came out, then offering his hand to him, which he helped him up to his feet. And, I guess they said that Cody said he didn't have any friends right now because Cody's kind of, all his friends, the Elite, are pretty much occupied right now. So I guess Darby Allin's going to help him take on the Butcher and the Blade and whatnot. Could be the case. We'll see what goes down with that. They had a video package for Santana Ortiz to talk about the Young Bucks with that street fight. This Dallas street fight tonight. But next thing you know, MJF and Wardlow were in the ring. People were booing. MJF called in one of the security guards in because he laughed at him last week during the whole Crossroads thing. You laughed at my Crossroads and whatnot. Which he had him get in the ring, kiss his ring, and then next thing you know, Wardlow was in his way. Hit him with a Crossroads. MJF pretty much said, like, my Crossroads looks pretty good to me. Basically, he talked about Cody then, about him flaunting all his money and stuff last week. I don't need your cash and whatnot. I just want you to suffer, okay? You want to call me and knock off Chris Jericho and talk about my scarf and everything. Fans pretty much said, fake, but it's fake. That's what Cody Rhodes is. And then he pretty much says that, listen, one thing you don't attack someone with a machine gun because he's going to let these bullets fly and they're going to hit every single part of Cody, on the microphone right now. Pretty much says that his hair looks like a cat pissed on it. Pretty funny. And that he talks with a lisp and has these big airplane-like teeth. Pretty much, Cody sounds like Sylvester from Looney Tunes saying suffering succotash. MJF pretty much said that, he asked the fans, oh, y'all offended, which of course they kept booing. He says, you all want to see me face Cody? You all want to see me face Cody, huh? And he says, you're on, which the fans cheer, but we're going to have some stipulations to this. It's not going to come off that easily. He's not going to discuss it in front of this crowd, in front of these inbred hicks, as he called them. We'll wait till we get to Jacksonville, because he says he's in control, not you, and because I am better than you, that you know it. MJF, of course, is still great, one of the best mic people on the company right now. So MJF can really do no wrong on a promo, and everybody wants to hear MJF. I'll say that right now, because when he talks, people are gonna listen. Give that man a microphone, he's about to tear some shit up. So MJF is great. They then went to Alex Reynolds, who was lying, I guess, in a hotel room watching TV until, I guess, the Dark Order guys say, aren't you tired of being a jobber yet? Which John Silver says, what are you talking to? And he says, I don't know. So what, are the Dark Order now recruiting job guys? Was this after or before the match with Moxley early in the night for this guy? I still don't understand the Dark Order thing in general. The video packages are not bad. It's, they do the whole cinematic thing. This probably would have worked before they debuted. But honestly, does anybody really know who the Dark Order are? Or does anybody know who these two guys are, that they're even trying to recruit them into this group to become a faction? I don't know. I've said it before. You got like 3 dark satanic gimmicks going on right now. Like my friend told me, everybody wants to be the Undertaker right now with whatever type of spooky gimmick they got going. I don't understand it. I don't know why. I still don't get the Dark Order. I just don't think they're that good in general, honestly, and they're not over. But they're trying to get them over. They're trying. They're trying something. I don't know where it's going, but they're trying something. Just trying to be a cult and beat up fat guys and whatnot. But next, Big Swole, which they finally signed to AEW. Good move. Went against Emi Sakura or Freddie Mercury or whatever she's supposed to be. This match, listen, this match kind of went on a little bit too long, if you ask me. They show Hikaru Shida looking in the crowd. I don't know what's with her and this microphone, because she was like she was going to use the mic stick she brought out, but she ended up putting in a abdominal stretch and start singing to the mic. And I'm sitting there wondering, like, is she healed? Because she's, like, playing to the crowd and, you know, getting people with the microphone and whatnot. But I'm not understanding where this is going. Okay? And, you know, Big Swole ended up hitting the win with the dirty dance move, she calls it. I think it was like a ripcord, like, big elbow to them stuff. Which, you know, she beat Sakura, which they said she was in third place. Which, you know, wasn't she got more losses than she has wins? Because I swear she had more losses. But yeah, I swear Emi Sakura had more losses than wins. And I remember saying, I said this before, how's she getting a title shot if she's lost more than she's won? I don't know, man. I don't know a lot about Sakura and everything and whatnot. I see why a lot of people have a lot of problems more with the women's division, because I don't think a lot of people know who these women are. And whatnot. Like I said, Big Swole's a nice signing. The match wasn't that bad in a way, but I just don't get this I don't get the Freddie Mercury gimmick. I honestly don't. Okay, I have no idea what's going on with that. I didn't understand last week with the tag match with her also in a way too, because it's like she just had more losses than wins. So I don't know how much this means. And to what I've seen in comments tonight, other than, you know, one thing is that they're trying to book. They're not booking the women well, because I don't think a lot of people know who some of these women are. And I believe I think some people don't know a lot more about the Joshis, and maybe they need a video package or something to get understanding of who more they are or whatnot to get them over, because something's not working with this. And I don't know, man. I felt like this match kind of went on one bit too long, though, in my opinion, okay? But next, you know, Jen Decker pretty much interviewed Pac. Pretty much Pac said he came to AEW for opportunity, but he's had nothing but injustice. He said he's had dominating performances and whatnot, but he's got nothing in return. And he has a final warning for Kenny Omega. I want my rubber match, or he will not be responsible for what happens next. Next thing you know, Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford and Sean Spears, which they had a Tully Blanchard promo from, you know, Tully's tagging tonight, went against Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. Wasn't a bad match or anything, but one thing I did not like was, okay, the lights go out, right? And it went out for a very long time, which I felt like the crowd didn't even react once the lights somewhat came on. And next, you know, it's Tully Blanchard all tied up. And then they have Joey Janela stand behind him then, which Spears pretty much goes to the stage and knocks Janela off, pretty much freeing Tully, and they fought to the back. Okay, listen, Sean Spears is a heel, right? Right? And Joey Janela is the face. And I got confused for a second, like, who's the heel and who the face is? Because what did the heel do this? Because, first off, nobody did not give no reaction to Joey Janela once they saw him. They gave no fucks. They did not even care. It wasn't like a surprise. It's like they chanted his name. It was like utter silence when they saw Janela, okay? It's just utter silence, because I'm sure, like a lot of people are going to say, the guy's basically shit, okay? And he's supposed to be a face, but he's a heel trying to take hostage of the other heel's match. Why is this still a feud? Wasn't this like being the elite, and then they had a match at Full Gear, and it looked like it continues to keep going? But I don't think people care. I like Sean Spears, but can we put this guy in some meaningful feuds if he's gonna be a big heel or whatnot? You got him with Tully Blanchard, for God's sakes. Do something better, because Janela ain't moving the fucking needle, and obviously he got no reaction, so I don't think people care about this, and they just fought to the back, and it just, I don't know, man. I've said what I've had to say about Janela before, and like I said last week, I just don't get it. So yeah, Jelly Janela right there, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. It didn't get over. It just did not get over. It's like the lights went off too long, and no one didn't really know what was happening. It just didn't happen. It just went on too long. But pretty much after that, Kenny Omega hit a V trigger on Sabian there. Page tagged himself in. hit the buckshot and won the match. Kenny looked kind of surprised for a second. I don't know if it's going to lead to anything in that, but he looked surprised that he got the tag for him. Brandy Rhodes, good God, here we go. Cut a promo from some hotel room saying, like, you can all go ahead and mock me, but where would AEW's women's division be without her? I hope it would look better, to be honest. But one thing, I make a point what she said, though. Rio is the champion. She's so small that she hasn't even show up. Where the fuck is this girl, to be honest? Where is she, huh? Because she is the only champion I have not seen. I don't think she hasn't been on TV since the damn pay-per-view. She hasn't. All I've seen every week with the women is just rank matches. We haven't heard no promo from her. We don't even know who her next opponent is. She's not even on TV, okay? So where is the champion, all right? Where is the women's champion? Because, hey, we get Jericho every freaking week, and he's like the best thing part of the show. The tag champions have a tag title match this week. This is even what my friend Steven said. They got matches going on, but where is the women's champion, huh? Where is she? I'm serious. Where is she at? That's a good point, though, she made. If she's the women's champion, why aren't you on TV? Why? I don't get it. Like, she's really become non-existent. She's the champion. She said that Britt Baker take a shot every time someone mentions her boyfriend. Adam Cole, baby. Whatever. But I don't know if that's shot WWE or not. But she called her a pathetic groupie. And there was that fan from last week with the shaved head and talked about Chris Stallander, our alien, is going to return to his family and kiss some bald guy's head. All I could sit there was wondering, like, what the fuck am I watching here? And where is this going? I don't know, man. I don't know where this Brandy thing is going. I still think it was bad last week, whatever they was having this girl do, because that didn't make no sense with the shaved head thing, and it's not over. I don't think it's over right now. I don't know where it's leading to. I don't really care in a way. I just, they just want to make Brandy queen of the women division or whatnot with Awesome Kong, because I don't know, is this girl about to become the champion, or is Kong about to become the champion, or... You know, I know Chris Allen has this alien gimmick, but I'm sitting there like, who is the... First, okay, you got the fan that got their head shaved last week. Who the fuck is this bald guy that she just randomly, kissed the head on? Like, hey, let's talk about Britt Baker. She talks about her boyfriend every week, but hey, I'm married to Cody, which, he's the biggest face in the company possibly right now. But, she's been married to him for 7 years, so we got the wife is the heel and the husband's the face. Where is any of this shit going? Somebody tell me. I have no idea. Where's this shit going? I got no clue. I don't know why. Where's it going? Moving on. Chris Jericho and Jake Hager came out. Basically got rid of Excalibur and Tony Schiavone as they were going to sit on commentary with JR. As, Sammy Guevara came out to face Luchasaurus. Not a bad match. Luchasaurus ended up getting the win. Of course, he does like that tombstone thing he does. Drops them on their face. Jericho and Hager rushed the ring to attack Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus out there. Jericho pretty much started to brawl. I don't know where Jericho started bleeding on his face, by the way, but Jericho pretty much threw Jungle Boy out, but he got back in. Pretty much got a 3 count. Marco Stunt came in, after he got a pin on him. Pretty much proving I can beat you. So, Jericho hyped up next week's Holiday Spectacular. So, I will see. We'll see what happens with Chris Jericho and Jungle Boy next week. It should be a good match, though, if it turns out well. Hey, as long as you keep Marco Stunt to a minimum, I won't have no problem. They also aired their next pay-per-view, AEW Revolution, February 29th. And where's it going to be at? Of course, back in my neck of the woods, Chicago, Illinois. Man, they do. I tell you, man, we just keep getting these wrestling shows left and right in Chicago. I cannot go to all these wrestling shows, okay? And it's like my friend told me also. They must love Chicago, and they come to Chicago a lot. They really do, okay? We've been doing this since All In. I am glad about one thing. This is going to be at the Wintrust Arena. This is basically in the heart of downtown Chicago. It basically takes me 15 to 20 minutes to get there. So you made my trip very easy to go to now. I will go to this show because you've made my trip very easy now. Why are they doing this? Because this takes place during the C2E2 comic book convention, which is at McCormick Place in Chicago. I have heard of this thing. I went to it last year, which basically you could walk in that motherfucker for free. All you gotta do is put on a costume because Yeah, you really have to pay a ticket. I basically walked through and ain't nobody checked me. I went there for a wrestling suit press conference for WrestleMania, okay? That's all I went there for. And yeah, you see a lot of cool stuff. People dressed as things. I remember, I actually saw the Elite actually walk past me. By the way, I think they were trying to stay hidden, but I remember Marty. I saw Marty and them, and they were like walking to the limo and whatnot, too. I was just sitting there drinking some Starbucks at the time, but I went for a press conference. You just basically walk that motherfucker free, okay? You just wear a costume, they'll let you in there, so it don't look like nobody checked you during that Comic-Con convention. It's the biggest one in Chicago, though, but I guess I did remember, I think on Twitter, that they said they were going to be there, but now they will have a pay-per-view at the Wintrust Arena. Listen, I don't know if the Wintrust Arena really looks that big. It's not that big of an arena, to be honest. I know what the building looks like outside, because it's right next to the building for the C2E2 thing, but it's in the heart of downtown Chicago. I'm glad, man. This makes it easy for me. It takes me to 15-20 minutes by car or by train. That shit does not take long. I just gotta get off at Chinatown, and I'm like a couple blocks away, and I'm right there, okay? Or I could just drive there, and I'm there at the arena, Uber or whatever. That thank you. You've made my trip very easy right now. Whenever tickets come out, I believe that's next Friday, by the way, I'm going to that motherfucker. I am going to Revolution. So, hey, man, y'all keep coming to Chicago a lot. I already know the reason why, but C2E2, Pro Wrestling Tees, whatnot, we have a lot of that over here, okay? It's Chi-Town. We have a lot of shit, okay? That's basically why they keep coming over here, and they know they'll sell out in Chicago. Wintrust Arena, thank God, because I do not feel like going all the way to that damn Sears Center again in February when it's cold, okay? So I'm glad you've made my trip very easier now. Wintrust Arena, good shit. They hype next week's matches. What's going on? Justin Roberts announced the main event with the Young Bucks versus Proud and Powerful. I'm going to say Proud and Powerful. Proud and Powerful. No DQ, of course. No time limit. Winners, pin, and submission. Falls count anywhere. They said sanctioned, non-sanctioned, whatever sanctioned. Of course, this was a crazy hardcore match. Basically, as the Young Bucks came out, they got attacked by the Inner Circle with Guevara. Brandon Cutler tried to help, but he ended up getting powerbombed through the, that table, like to the outside of the arena, onto the cardboard and whatnot. After he got powerbombed in, Matt threw, I believe he tossed Santana off the stage. They placed a table. I believe Nick did like a swanton off the stage onto Ortiz. They hit the Meltzer drive on Guevara to the top, taking him out. Basically fighting all the way back to, down there, to the ring then. Of course, the tag champions were right there watching. There's a lot of things going on from the, Matt wearing the Dallas Cowboys helmet after they put a trash can on Nick's head. And both Proud and Powerful beat him with the loaded sock and a kendo stick. Matt took them down then with the helmet. Next thing you know, Matt does that triple Northern Light suplex thing onto Santana, throwing him outside into a table. Matt ran to Ortiz then. He went through a table then, which Ortiz then cannonball nicked into a table. A lot of table breaks here also. But, Bucks had it. They were going for the pin then. Jake Hager came out, but Dustin Rhodes came out to stop him. Next thing you know, the referee was trying to kick Hager out, by the way, too, when, Dustin came out, but he got kicked in the face, Rick Knox by Nick Jackson then, but as they brought him to the back, pretty much the Bucks had more bang for your buck on Ortiz, still no referee. Aubrey Edwards came out, but Ortiz kicked out. Ortiz pretty much took Nick down with the sock then. Santana and them hit the street sweeper on top of the trash can after that, but Nick pulled out the referee then, pretty much taking her out for a second. Basically, then they was able to take out Santana. Then after that, I don't know, there was another table in that. But I know they super kicked Ortiz, put a chair in his face, super kicked him in the face while the chair was right there. Hit the Meltzer driver on top of the chairs, which they got the win. And I'm sure a lot of people wonder how they were surprised that the Bucks won. I thought it was because they needed to win back off of Proud and Powerful. But then again, I forgot they kind of got that about a week ago or two. And, they could have just done this is basically a face versus face team now. It could have been a heel versus face with Proud and Powerful go against SCU. But I guess they had the Bucks go over. So I guess now it'll be a face versus face team thing going on. A lot of people probably expected Santana Ortiz to win this since it's, the hardcore Dallas, this Dallas, the street fight is basically in their field and whatnot than the Young Bucks. But I will say I did enjoy the show. One thing I do not like sometimes with this show, and they still do that split screen thing, I feel like they always hit the split screen at the wrong time when something important is happening going on. It was like that tonight in a few spots here and there. But I think I should get tired of that. At least the audio issues were a little bit better this week, because the audio problems has been plaguing the show for weeks now. So at least that didn't have any problems going on tonight. But overall, though, I did enjoy, Dynamite. I did enjoy the street fight. I did like the announcement for the Revolution pay-per-view come to Chicago at the Wintrust Arena. I still don't know what the fuck is going on with this Brandy shit. The Janelle thing was not good. I still don't understand the Dark Order. Sakura and Big Swole I felt just kind of went too long. It was an okay match, but at the same time, it's just something about it wasn't good. But I like that Swole sound with the company now. Mox was great, even with Jericho's segment. MJF as usual being gold on the microphone and everything. So yeah, that's basically what the show was after that. But other than that, that's my review of AEW Dynamite tonight. And like I said, Texas was a really very hot crowd, very, very hot crowd tonight, pretty much into everything that was going on. Okay, so the crowd was very good out there tonight. But other than that, that's my review of AEW Dynamite. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. And I'll be back later on with an NXT review, so I will see you guys then. Peace.